What do you think about the whole idea of consoles generally? Do you think they occupy the living room space? I think the new Microsoft platform, the thing that's most exciting about me is the sound sensory.
Yeah.
So the ability for it to understand sort of some of what your emotions are.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of creepy and cool in one foul swoop, and I think if games can interrogate, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that brands can actually have a part to play, or do you think that's exclusively Microsoft's and brands should be left alone in the gaming console space?
Very, very good question. I debate this with my clients all the time because I feel that tech providers, own that space, and they have the intelligence, I guess, the expertise. So brands, I don't think they can own it. I really do feel like the tech companies own that space. But I think brands can partner with the tech providers, like a Microsoft, for instance, and amplify it and leverage it.
You have your own style and your own brand, which is fabulous. So,
thank you.
Do you find that executives in companies that you work with, do they understand that they have a brand and a responsibility that they need to also work upon? And do you find that they fundamentally understand how to do that?
I feel that I think everything starts with your brand essence, right, and your core. And you have to be true to yourself. It's all about authenticity at the end of the day. Brands have to be true to what they, and again, where they play in terms of territory. They have to be true in their language and their voice. And they have to be true to what they actually service or what their offering is. So again, authenticity is really important for brands to really have a voice and know their voice and also represent their voice, and share their voice. So I actually work with executives as well and CEOs on their own narrative. So at the same time, they're representing their corporation, but they embody their own brand.
Right. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So creativity is being celebrated here for the last 60 years.
60 years.
Do you think creative is alive and well, or do you think we've sort of hit a ceiling with that whole thing? Because there's so many new, interesting tech-led platforms.
Yeah.
Do you think there's still an authentic creativity sort of way to celebrate, or?
If you actually walk down the Croisette, it's completely different. So, 20 years ago, it'd be all advertising agencies that really own this space. So, your BBHs, your Haggerty, your BBDOs, and Saatchi, for instance. And now, it's amazing to see what players are here. So, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn have a presence, and so I think that's really evolved, which to me is very exciting for the festival because it brings in new players and new players that believe in creativity and want to celebrate creativity. As well, this year they just have a new category, innovation. So I think that the festival as itself is evolving, which is really exciting. They're embracing other, like last year it was branded content, which is a new category, and this category is now innovation. So I think they're constantly evolving and looking forward. But to your question back to creativity, I think now is the best time to be a marketer.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm pretty excited about it. I think I've chosen wisely the right career.
Do you think brands are going to struggle to understand what their brand experience is and what their utility is, or do you think do you think they still sort of feel like they should be in the game of advertising?
Really good question. I think they always will be in the game of advertising, but I agree with you. I think it is about experiences. I think brands really have to understand again what does their audience want at the end of the day. How are they going to experience the brand, and how are consumers actually engaging in that brand? So for instance, if it's gamification, which is really hot right now, so everything is gamified, and consumers are really it's a tactile experience basically. So
thanks for spending some time.
That's it.
This is great.
Great. Thank you.